Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jodie, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go.
Oh, hello.
Hello, and welcome to TRP, Total Request Podcast. Amanda.
Jodie.
Look at you in the brand new crib. It's pretty sick.
Yeah,
It's
you
where
like
all the
it.
magic
I
happens.
propped up Walter so he's a little higher now and you can see him.
Oh,
So
I
everything's
love
perfect
it.
in the world.
I love this new view.
It's better, right? It's more lived in my office.
Yeah,
Just
welcome to the
cold.
view. Poor little Amanda isn't poor little Amanda anymore.
That was, what was it?
You said nothing, and it was
Oh, that was
cowardly.
I took you to
Never
your
gets old,
first
babe.
Broadway show, you and your kids.
Mhm.
Okay, what are we doing? We're doing Frasier today. We're still in 420 month.
That's
And
right.
for anyone who doesn't know, if you're living under a rock, 420 is this Saturday. Really crept up on us there. There's
did.
like 6 or 7 of us prepping it, and we got some ideas, but I just realized today, I'm like, oh, that's like in like 3 or 4 days that we need to have that actually like figured out. But in the meantime, do you want to talk about it? I'll put up our little logo here.
Oh, perfect. Oh, and Jones is really sick too.
Joan doesn't
Sick
like having the
graphic.
actual marijuana plant shown, and I was like, it's fine.
Why does Joan not like that?
He's scared we'll get dinged.
Last 420, it was what, like 500 milligrams he was in? I
Oh,
took
probably
10 and
more
I'm
than
like,
that.
ooh.
I think he's just scared that YouTube is going to ding us or something.
Sure. I get it. It's a plant. It's legal.
It
Legal
is
where we live, babe.
legal.
So, yeah. Well, here, we'll put up this one atop. So we already
Everyone has weed on
recorded
it, though.
Roseanne, Stash from the Past, the classic episode with Aunt Jackie in the bathtub, The Facts of Life, Dope, where they did a whole lot of marijuana cigarettes and a roach.
And it turned out everyone was like fine. They really made pot seem desirable.
Yeah, you just what's the word I'm looking for? Expel the students from the school, and you're all good. It's all clean.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be recording Dragnet, the Big High, which actually looks insane. I'm excited.
I'm sure it is. And it's only 22 minutes. Yeah.
But today we're recapping Frasier, season 11, episode 11, High Holidays.
Right. Now, I think we both said before, both of us, like, if Frasier was on, I feel like it would be on. And I've like seen episodes, but I've never sat down and really watched one before.
Yeah, me neither.
But this was such a solidly good episode, as I think they all are. And I came away from this I never laughed out loud, but the level of comedy was more like it was more just a respect for the writing. Like every joke that happened, I'd be like, that was really funny. But I wasn't
delivery.
And the delivery.
Perfect.
I mean, and I didn't laugh out loud, but it's like watching The Simpsons. Like, it's like you appreciate every joke. And there's a few in here that I was like, oh my gosh, they really wrapped that up. So,
yeah,
I mean, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, a few of those like, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. But more just like out of respect for the writing.
Yes. Now this, like, it seemed at the time, God, we always do this. I don't know what year it was. At the time, I feel like it was too smart. Like it was too much of a smart.
Well, because it's too pretentious. Yeah.
But that's the point of the show. I think even in the synopsis for the entire series, it says, a smart, or wait, what did you just say? Now I'm like feeling like I'm high. Pretentious. They
Yeah,
described him
pretentious.
as pretentious. Because he is,
Right,
and that's what it is.
and they are and they're making fun of Frasier and Niles. Like the show is making
Right.
fun of them. Like, oh my gosh, are you too serious? Now I remember watching, I think it was an Emmys or something, where David Hyde Pierce won for Niles, and he went up there and he said in his speech, "Oh yeah, I actually only got this role because I look like Kelsey Grammer," and they really look. They
They
look
for sure could be
completely
siblings.
related, but they both work. I mean, this was totally lightning in a bottle, the casting of Niles against Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, they both have that kind of
Both real hotties.
neo
Hotties.
a neonatal alien cranium. It's like a
Mhm.
forehead cranium sort of quality. Like they weren't
Right,
fully
like the
formed in the
Tin
womb.
Man. And, both have that kind of mid-Atlantic accent that,
Mm,
what's his face, has from John Lithgow has that accent. Just that
yeah.
kind of uppity, Jane Krakowski kind of has that accent. Just that very,
Oh.
that kind of theatery, overpronounced accent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but anyway, I've also heard that Kelsey Grammer is a huge asshole,
Well, yeah.
famously. I mean, and
Uh-huh.
you know more than me because of Housewives.
Right. Well, that's where we get all of the very accurate information on all of our stars. Yeah, I mean, as was Camille Grammer is the worst. She's pretty disgusting as well.
Okay.
I actually, that would be a great season for you to go back and watch.
Which
There
one?
are so many icon. Oh, I don't know what the
Like
season
with
is
her
off the
getting a
top of my head.
divorce?
Just her premiere season on Housewives. That's where
Was she
Alison
already
Dubois.
divorced at that point?
No, it's like mid-divorce. It happens like
Oh,
mid-late
okay.
season. So you see Kelsey Grammer being like, I think it'll be really good for her to, just have her own thing. And
Kelsey
they
Grammer's
show
on
her,
the show?
yes, they show her going
I
to see him
never.
in, was it La Caja Fall?
Yes, I had tickets to that. I bought me and
Yep.
Brad tickets for that.
Oh, and
And
it
'cause
is
he
icy between the two of them. But she is still playing along like, oh, she's the dutiful wife. And he clearly hates her.
Okay, did something happen with Lacage though? Because I bought tickets for Brad for his birthday because we were going to go to New York, and then the tickets, the show closed really suddenly, which does happen a lot on Broadway. But I know that he was a replacement anyway because he took over for John Lithgow, which is
Oof.
the same kind. Which I mean, perfect. But
Right?
but we like I got an email saying like I was getting a refund because the show just canceled. So I wonder if Kelsey was having some issues behind the scenes there. Also, I heard he's like a raging alcoholic, which I
Yeah, I
mean,
was gonna
can't
say,
really
doesn't
judge
he have
anyone for that.
addiction issues?
But I think I maybe I heard it on Lady Watch, but it was like someone did an interview saying like someone that worked there that was like he would go on these benders and every day he would show up, have his lines memorized, and he like knocked it out of the park. And like nobody had any complaints about that really. So I guess you
Right.
kind of gotta respect his level of high function alcoholism.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
Honestly.
I don't know. I wonder if he's still married to that chick. She was a flight attendant who he was cheating with. Well, I don't know, but highly suggest go and watch that season. There's just so many iconic episodes in that season. It's great.
He is still married to Katie Walsh. Katie spelled
that's right.
Kaayte. Stupid.
Oh. Isn't that
Yeah.
cute? That's cute. He's got a
Yeah.
type. Tiny little blondes, that's for sure. Young.
He's been married
handsome,
4
young.
times. Which
Yeah, that'll do it.
tracks. That'll do it. All
4
right.
women have looked at him.
7
and
children, including Spencer and Greer, which is the most
those are
Kelsey
with
Grammer
Camille.
child. Okay, well, that's if Kelsey Grammer was going to name a child anything, I'm not surprised it's Greer.
Actually, I
which
think
is
they
the
used a
last.
surrogate too because Camille Grammer had IBS. It all comes back to IBS.
What does that have to do with anything? She was
Like
scared to-
complicated things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, your
Well,
stomach hurts all the time. Also, like, I wouldn't want to give birth during an IBS spout because you already shit your pants. But I want to at least come out
didn't
mildly
poop.
solid.
I
Well,
didn't
of course
poop.
you didn't because you're magical.
Well, no, because I just like they just like flew out. Like I didn't have to do much pushing. Like it just kind of. And as
They
you know,
walked
I just
out
have,
and like slammed the roof as they the roof of your bed. Just they hit it. Yeah, like kids
Yeah.
do with the exit sign.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, no, I mean, I only have like a weekly movement. I wish it were more. Actually, you know what I just had last night for the first time? I'm going to incorporate this into my diet. Prunes. I'm just going to eat like 3
Oh,
prunes a day and see if that helps like naturally move things
fruit gets me
along.
moving. I never have diarrhea anymore. I don't remember the last time I did because of
See,
the
you got the
Zempi.
magical one.
Well, I'm paying enough for it. Do you want to know what I was thinking about today? And I laughed actually out loud. I'm like during the Frasier episode.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember? I guess I'm going to try to talk around this because I think I might put this on YouTube. Hold on. The reason I'm
Okay,
putting
hold
this
on.
on
Let's
YouTube.
like do our hair. Let's see. Do we look okay?
No, everything that just happened will be on YouTube.
Oh,
I'm
great.
probably gonna cut it when we start the recap. The reason that I wanted to put this on YouTube is that to say for the 420 thing, everyone, you can all watch this live. It'll be a live stream hosted by me and Jodie, and it's gonna have my co-host John from Pod in the City podcast right there. Right here, there.
Uh-huh.
And Erica from Surreality Pod, Justine from Shore Store is going to be manning the comments. Julie from Wrestling Bitch Face is going to be there, and then Nick Kachanov. Of course, we got a little something planned between the two of us. Little annual nifty gifty for everyone. So anyway, but if you want to watch the live, you need to get the private link because we're going to be doing legal activities, but still.
That's right.
Keep it on the hush hush. So go to our Patreon or Pod in the City Patreon or Surreality Patreon and join the lowest tier and you'll get it. Okay, so this is what I was thinking about today.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember when? Michael. It was like, okay, there was a trial. No, don't say it. There was a trial last year or the year before that like we both didn't really give a shit about, but somebody, a bitch eating crackers out there, if you will, was very invested in this trial.
Uh-huh.
And the results of the trial came out right as we finished recording and we were still
did you see color come back to my face? Like I just
I
live.
knew you'd know.
Not like really. Like I was considering changing the lighting in here, but I just fully flushed and now I need to like dim the lights because I feel alive again. Yes.
What do you remember of that? Like that moment. But don't say what it was. Because it's pretty easy to figure out, actually, even just based on that.
Like I wanted the outcome that ended up coming out just
for that. Just for the spite.
For that. Yep. Mm-hmm. And like that.
And then then there was a meltdown on that end, like meltdowns akimbo, and we were just those bitches that were.
Talk about a deep dive. We were going into Reddit threads.
We were going into Reddit. We were looking at the history. Oh my god,
what a time to be alive! What a time!
But the exhilaration we both felt as we got, because I think we both got CNN alerts for like the results of this thing.
I kind of felt like, and maybe this is too soon. I mean, with the recent passing of OJ, real juice head over here.
I know. He worked. You know what the saddest thing about OJ dying is? He never got to find the real killer. That was his life goal. We held him back. Close, I know.
I mean, he beat the charges.
Too many haters out there.
He beat the charges. But no, when the verdict of said trial came out, you and I, just for the simple reason of being able to go down that rabbit hole, I felt like when those people were cheering in the streets for OJ, that like he beat the charges, you and I were like,
100%.
This is gonna be fun.
Because we did not have a vested interest in that thing. And honestly, if there wasn't all of that involved, we probably would have been rooting the other direction, maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah. But that was just a really fun day. I was just thinking about that and I was like, God,
it's just pretty savage. So smug about something.
Yes, that's what it is. That's exactly what it was.
Ass handed to them, like worldwide.
And then as a public
proven wrong. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a good amount of people who know exactly what we're talking about. And if you think you know, yes, you're right. That's what that's what we're talking about.
And I would just like to say, I think a public accounting for
not just a screenshot of a notes app.
Uh-huh.
Right.
That's all.
Frasier.
Yeah, let's
Ah!
head that way.
In that direction.
God,
Well, it's 420 months, so people are getting high in this episode.
yeah. Okay,
Now, I
so
texted you
here we go.
last week, and because I had already watched a little bit of it, and I was like, I feel like Jodie's gonna like this because Niles is totally you. I feel like you're
I
a little
was
more,
just gonna say
badassery these days, but like just
Yeah.
you, like if you were standing in a coffee shop with a pot brownie and two cops were behind you, I think you would have IBS. You have your first IBS outbreak.
To this day, I still would, even though it's legal in Illinois. I still
hilarious.
Although I feel like I walk with a little bit more confidence.
No,
into
you
the
definitely
local Zen Leaf.
you're gonna
days.
be the highest of the high on Saturday.
So so I did buy a new kind of edible. It's 50 milligrams, Amanda.
Whoa.
I know. It's like $13 an edible.
Are you gonna be able to like lead us through this thing though? Because you're kind of leading the whole thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so.
Wow.
I think so.
Really?
Think
I
we'll
get
be
pretty
fine.
stupid after 10 milligrams.
Okay, but isn't that kind of the whole point of this, right?
Yeah. I don't think anyone's expecting this to go smoothly in any way.
No.
Last year, Nick was stuck in the green room the whole time.
And then I think you and I kept pressing like
it was all happening
at the same time. So he'd go in and come back out and he'd be like, "Hey, God." And then we'd see him in the green room. You couldn't hear him, but he'd just be like,
"Oh, I'm excited. It's going to be fun."
I was going to tell this story on Saturday, but I'll just tell you now because it's a 420 episode.
Yeah.
Not this past time, but the time before. So there are sales, right? Like certain brands of the edibles will go on sale. So I'll stock up. It's on sale. That's what Daphne would do, right?
That's exactly what Daphne would do. She would look for weed at garage sales.
Yeah. So apparently there's a limit on like how much you can purchase at one time. So when you go, you either have to pay with like a debit card or cash. I don't know. There's like rules around it. But I did like this Arrow Pay thing where I don't, whatever it is. So I stocked up a whole bunch. And then when I went to pick it up, they're like, "Oh, you're actually like past the limit, daily limit. So we can't." Yeah. So we had to split it. Like, thankfully I had my guy there so we could do like, this is for you. So we had to break it into 2 transactions. And I felt like kind of a badass. Like,
I feel like I could just walk into my store and buy out the whole store.
Probably in Canada, they're probably like, "Do you want some for free?" Like,
yeah,
buy one,
like,
get
you know,
one.
it's a write-off for you.
Right? Like the government just wants you. They're like, "You know what?
I wonder if I could write it off
go
because
get
it's
something for
technically
free."
for my job. It's like, well, to my Auntie Twyla, my accountant, if I'm like, well, I needed weed for it's our
legal.
420 episode. It's our 4th annual.
Ask her and let's ask and you shall receive. I feel like that's Canada's. Like as long as you ask permission, it's all okay.
Yeah, as long as you're kind of polite about it and say sorry.
Go out and about your business.
Let's get into the recap here.
High Holidays, season 11, episode 11. So we are in Seattle, Amanda.
But you know what else is in Seattle? Graceland Memorial Hospital.
Do you have your cup?
No, I actually watched it for the first time since I've gotten it.
just these little rinse.
I bought these little like fake Solo cups at Walmart, 75 cents each, Jodie, and they're teal.
I've seen those at Home Goods, and I consider them every time I go. I'm like,
they're good quality. They're
good for outdoors.
They're perfect for outdoors. You
for
could,
entertaining.
stand on it.
And then I'm like, but I forgot I don't like having people over. So.
Oh, the amount of like, I've said this before. The amount of things I get from my mom that are like little charms that you put on the bottom of a wine glass, or cheese knives. I'm like, I'm never gonna use these. When will I ever have a circumstance where there's enough people in my house all drinking wine?
If you have Daphne and Ron, have them over. Put a little charm.
She doesn't let Ron drink when he's driving. Like even a drink.
Or even like a glass, like a half.
Would never happen.
Taster.
Would never happen.
I love that. That's adorable. I mean, you shouldn't drink and drive, obviously.
I find it annoying. Well, yeah,